What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Aces English. I am Willie.
Aces English, it's been a while since I've done a live stream and I didn't have my microphone plugged in. What do you know? So glad to have you back, you beautiful people. We are here. It's the first time we've done a live stream in a while, but starting on January 1st, we'll be doing 31 days in a row of live streams, and most of them will be in Portuguese, but we will throw in a few in English as well for those of you that are intermediate or advanced and want to practice your listening. Very glad to have you here. If this is your first time, welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome if you're watching it on the replay. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Why would you subscribe to our channel? This is a place where you can really give your English a boost, especially if you're a Portuguese speaker. We have probably 25 videos in English of tips and tricks and help for your English, and we have over 700 videos in Portuguese. So if you are especially a Portuguese speaker and you would like to give your English a boost, then don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And share it with your enemies. I like to say that one of the best ways to make a friend is share something new that they can use. So share it with your friends. Today, I'm very happy. We have Aurelia McNeil, who is going to join us momentarily. Very, very happy that she's here with us. She is a person that works on helping you pass the TOEFL test. She's an author. She'll tell you more about herself, but I want to go through. She is a native speaker, certified teacher with a master's degree in language, curriculum, and instruction and ESL. So very excited to have a new member of the ACES family. And without further ado, let's bring her in. Hello, Aurelia. How are you?
Hello, Professor. How are you doing?
Good. I'm great. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's a big opportunity for us, someone with your level of expertise, and we are very, very happy to have you here with us today. Can you introduce yourself to us and let us know about what it is that you do and what it is that you offer?
So I have many years at teaching English as a second language. So I've pretty much taught adults, children, private lessons, group lessons. Learning languages is my hobby. So I also am a learner. So I've also taught myself Spanish and a little bit of French and German. So I'm able to put myself in the place of a language learner.
Very, very important. Very good. So I noticed Portuguese is on the list. You'll have to add that to the list.
Okay.
So very good. So let's get right into it. The main thing that we want to talk about now, which is your expertise, of course, is preparation for the TOEFL iBT test. What is, if someone were to come up to you and say, what are 4 or 5 things that I need to know in order to best prepare for the TOEFL iBT test? What would you tell them?
Well, they'll need to know that there are 4 parts to the test. There's a speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And the best recommendation for the reading is it is designed to help you to read at an academic level. So you want to make sure that you're reading academic books, especially textbooks, not just your general novels or general reading. So you want to be familiar with that vocabulary. Also with the listening, the same thing. So I've had a couple of listeners, I asked them, which skills are you good at? And they say, oh, yes, I listen, I understand everything. Well, if that's your TV, your general conversation, movies, that's good. But you also need to be able to understand academic vocabulary. So that's important too. So far as speaking and writing, you do want to practice, but you want to make sure that you practice with a native speaker, at least those 2 skills. You need to have feedback on it. You need to have someone to correct you with your pronunciation, help you with the vocabulary. The writing, someone will need to also help you with the sentence structure, because every language is different, different word order, different grammar. So you'll need a native speaker to help you with those.
Okay, very good. And that's interesting, talking about the TOEFL, also the IELTS, that they are more focused towards the academic language, academic vernacular and academic side of speaking English, as opposed to, like you say, your dinner conversation and those other conversations. What if someone were to talk to you who has good communication skills, they're able to travel and buy things and meet new people, but they don't, they're lacking in that area of academic focused English? What would be your tips for them to be able to go deeper on that academic side?
There are a couple things they can do. So probably if they are conversation fluent, putting the sentences together and fluency is not a problem. It's just the vocabulary that they're missing. So in that case, they want to read to build up their vocabulary, making sure that they take time to look up the words that they don't know. In addition to that, listening to some lectures. So they can go online. There's a lot of open resources where they can sign up for various classes and just kind of listen to these and build up your vocabulary. Once they do that, I recommend that they listen a certain way, is to listen without the captions to see how much they can understand. Then they can come listen to it again afterwards, listen with the captions or the transcript. But they should first try to listen without it.
Very good. Very good. And another thing I know that they can do is follow you on Instagram. I'm going to add a ticker here at the bottom of your Instagram. Oops, I put a space in there. Let me edit it here. But you can go to Online TOEFL Tutor on Instagram, and a lot of good content there for people that are planning to take the TOEFL test. Let's move on now to from the TOEFL to people that are preparing for any kind of English proficiency. We have that here. I live in central Brazil, and we have many people who come to our school because they want to prepare for proficiency for a master's degree. They want to prepare for proficiency to maybe I would say like pre-TOEFL, places that don't require a TOEFL but require some kind of proficiency. What would be your advice to them?
To engage as much as possible with a native speaker. That's like the number one tip that I can give them. That would help them the most. And then also to just probably taking some classes like your class, that would be excellent. They need feedback. Otherwise, what will happen if you don't get skilled, if you don't get training behind it, you have what we call fossilized errors. That means you can be making an error because you continue to speak that way or write that way, and nobody is correcting you. It becomes ingrained in you. And then by the time you decide, okay, I need some help, it's very hard to unlearn those bad habits.
That is an excellent point. I love American football, and you know, back in the early days when Vince Lombardi was one of the big coaches, he always said, "Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect." And so that's a very good point. I hadn't heard that term before. I love that. Fossilized errors, where you don't know that you're making a mistake, you just keep making it over and over again. And that is definitely something that we will, that learners and as teachers that we also want to make sure to avoid. Glacie is here. Let's see, look at her question. That's true. We need someone to help us to be better. And I'm happy that you're going to join us. Very good. Glacie is one of my students, one of my best students. I started following and I want to know more about it. Okay. So, you can get in contact with me, or can she send you a message directly on Instagram? Okay, very good. So you can send her a direct message on Instagram and discuss more about the services that Aurelia offers. And she also says, when you live in a place where a few people speak good English, it's hard. Yes, and that let's talk about that. What is something that we have many people, especially now with the pandemic, our course is we've moved. We had a course in person where I would present a lesson, and then we have monitors that help with the part of the practice. We've moved that online, and so now it's open to basically the whole world, Portuguese speakers the whole world over who are beginning their journey of learning English. What can people that live in the middle of the country and have no one else that is even interested in learning English, what are best practices that those people can do in order to get that practice? So you said that they should speak with native speakers. Do you have any tips on ways that they can reach out to native speakers and have that practice?
Well, there's a couple things that they can do. They can have an online tutor that will be help in addition to the class. So they work hand in hand. Classes are very good for having someone to speak with, generating enthusiasm. One-on-one tutoring is excellent to get individualized attention. Maybe there's some things that you want to particularly work on, so you get more attention that way. I also don't want to minimize getting together with a non-native speaker for practice. So now, keep in mind, your feedback and correction will be from the native speaker, but also for practice and getting you used to thinking in English. You can get together with another partner who's learning English and set aside a time. Hey, look, we're going to spend in half an hour and no Portuguese allowed. We're just whoever speaks the native language first, whoever speaks Portuguese first is a loser. You know?
Good, very good. Gamification.
Yes.
Gamification is a fantastic way to make things fun and to go forward. Very good. And that's a very good point. I was kind of pushing that native speaker, but that's right. Especially for people that don't have that kind of contact, that with a native speaker. We have many students who are in that kind of situation. We can't neglect that, the practice in and of itself, and then having the auxiliary of then having a native speaker correct it. So it's kind of a two-pronged approach there. I think that is a very good idea and tip for someone that is in that situation. Let's go to my third question, which is for people that may be in the intermediate or advanced. Actually, I'm going to add a fourth question because I just thought of another one. But people that are in the intermediate or advanced areas that maybe they aren't as interested in academic English or English for a job, but they want to meet people in other parts of the world and they want to travel. What are your tips for someone in that kind of situation?
Well, we have, and I'm hoping that you have it here, we have meetup groups. So you can go on the meetup groups and find other language learners. You can also find other interest groups. So let's say you're interested in traveling and you want to meet other people who are also interested in traveling. You can get in those meetup groups and find native speakers who will help you as well. So that's a one way. If you can get conversation and meetup groups now, they're taking place online rather than person. But if you get together in a particular interest group, that would help as well.
Good. So meetup. I haven't been able to find meetup in our area, but going off of that, then also Facebook groups, that Facebook has been pushing those and putting a lot of money into those, into their groups for a while now. And, I do participate in some Facebook groups for people that are learning English and those kinds of things. So that might be another way for those of us. I'm sure probably in São Paulo, in Rio, in the bigger cities, Curitiba, well, Glacia is from Curitiba. In those bigger cities, they probably do have meetup groups. But for those of us, I live it's a capital city of a state, but it's the newest state, and it's it's only got about 250,000 people or so. So we don't, we're kind of behind the times on those kinds of things. But for those of us that are in that kind of situation, then possibly Facebook groups then could be something that we can look at to meet up. Use those as our own meetup groups. Very good. And then Very good. And then the other thing I wanted to ask, one question that I see a lot, that I also hear a lot from people that are learning, is about the intermediate plateau. Do you have any ideas, or in your experience, what have you told your students that are experiencing the plateau that many students confront when they get to that intermediate level?
That they have to spend a little bit more time at it, and they have to work a little bit harder to get to that next level. I've encountered the same, they're at the intermediate level, but they're not willing to put the work in it. So at that point, in addition to having your teacher, your tutor, your class, then you have to put more work. You have to put more work too, and what interests you as well, to bring you to that level. So that means more homework. When you're at the beginning level, you can sit in front of a teacher and your amount of learning goes up, 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 because you don't know anything. But once you intermediate level, then you have to put more work in it to yourself to get to the advanced level. So plan on spending half an hour to an hour a day with supplementary activities.
Okay, very good. So pile it on, in other words. Get out of your comfort zone, pile on extra homework, find other ways to add on and to not be not get complacent in what you're doing. Very good. A couple more comments here from Glassy. That's a good point. No Portuguese, but
now I love languages. I'm just saying, for the sake of practicing and forcing yourself.
Yeah. No, and there's a kind of a parentheses with this with her, because she is one in our classes that tries to keep us from speaking Portuguese. So, so she's she's with you on that. I'm interested in learning just because I like the language. In my opinion, Portuguese shouldn't exist. Okay, nice to meet you. I liked your tips. I'm going to try to work harder. Very good. And as Glassy's teacher, I'm very happy to hear that. Although she does work very hard. She takes a lot of classes, and she also is one of our monitors in our intensive course. So she is involved in our community even more deeply than a normal student. So very good. Do you have any last things that you would like to end with? Once again, I'd like to encourage everyone to follow Aurelia on online TOEFL tutor. You can see crossing the ticker on the bottom on Instagram. Follow her there. And I noticed that you have contests there. You did a contest for $25. Is that right?
Yes.
So I mean, if for nothing else, I mean, show me the money. Go. Nothing else, you can get into a drawing to win some cash. So, but of course, the best reason to follow her will be for her good content and the things that she can help you with there. But if anything you would like to end with.
Yeah, basically to continue to work hard on it. Don't expect. Be patient with yourself. Don't expect it to be an overnight process. Learning a language, it is not. It takes years to master it. So be patient, keep working at it little by little, and I wish everybody success in learning English.
All right. Thank you once again for joining us, and welcome again to the ACES family. We look very much forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
That's it for us today. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And if you're watching on the replay, make sure that you watch the next video that will pop up. I will put a link to our playlist that has all of our English content for those of you that are non-Portuguese speakers. Until next time, I'm Teacher Willie. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Until next time, I'm Teacher Willie. Keep studying and don't give up.